Okay, so now we're over at the administrative facility, following Mike on into here. Some hours of operation.
Come on in, make yourself at home,
All
buddy.
right.
Let's see what they're doing in here.
See what's going on
Y'all
here.
working?
Yeah, getting ready for afternoon shipment.
You are?
So this is
You
the
already
shipping
did the morning
department.
shipment?
Right in morning, this is all
Oh
afternoon.
boy, look at there, Dave. That's all going out this afternoon.
Oh wow! So that's your
Yeah.
second shipment up today.
Yeah, well, UPS only picks up once a day.
Okay.
But it seems to be overnight orders are better UPS right now, isn't that right? UPS, but
Yeah, a
they'll
lot of
pick them up
overnights.
probably in the next hour or so, and then the USPS gets shipped twice a day.
Okay.
Once at what 11:30, and then again at 4.
4:30, about
At 4:30.
So with your
So
shipping,
we
I
can get
mean,
it out fast, you know, because we do ship twice.
Same day.
so
actually
when
3
someone
ways.
calls in for a product, you have it
Now,
out.
if it's
That's
after 4:30, it's gonna go out first thing the next morning.
right. But you do have 2 shipments a day. Is
2
what y'all were
shipments
saying?
a day for postal service. 1 pickup for UPS. Get them in by 4 o'clock, and we got you covered.
Well,
that
you don't
day.
get that kind of service too many places, so
Not too
that's
often.
very, very beneficial to know you're going to get your product processed
Yeah,
the
go
same day
introduce
you order it.
yourself.
I'm Renee.
That's
I'm the
Renee.
assistant manager.
Yeah. And then we
These
got.
are wonderful helpers. They're busy on the phone.
Oh,
We
they're
got
on the phone.
Taylor
We're trying not to
Let's-
disturb
and Megan.
them.
Yeah, let's not be loud.
Answering everyone's
Let's
questions.
go to the interview tab with them. Do it.
All right, so now we're going into.
This is administrative office here.
All righty.
We had it was Mikey's birthday yesterday. so
Happy
we still
birthday,
got birthday
Mikey.
decorations up. This is my son and the CEO. All right.
All right.
And do we have some lab testing we can show them? Is that? Oh, you got it right here.
He's always ready.
Okay,
Come
so
around
let's
this
go
side so
around
we can
here.
see it.
Murray Brown Laboratories is the company. And wow, these are all the alkaloids. Like a lot of people only look up the mitragine, but we're looking up a lot right here. I'm gonna let Mikey explain it.
Yeah, Mikey was-
Mikey
got
explain it.
everything
Telling
here.
me some
First
really-
off, it's a chemistry lab, not a food grade lab. And we do testing for bios, heavy metals, leads, mid counts, and all that. And
Now you
before
break
it
down
comes-
all the alkaloids. We got just the mit. We got
We do.
Yeah.
We do a 7-panel test.
seven. I didn't know what the number was, but it was seven
Seven
different
panels.
different
Okay.
alkaloids
Over
that we're looking
40 different alkaloids within kratom, but we're one of the only ones that do the 7-panel.
Sounds like a
People just do a 2-panel test.
sounds like
Yeah.
a pretty extensive test,
Yeah.
man.
for. Yeah, we're doing.
And before it ever comes out of quarantine, these labs have to come back and be approved.
Understood.
So
Weren't you saying
information
something
that
like?
gets put back onto the back of the bag? That way our customer can see what they're.
And I know talking to you earlier, you had mentioned about y'all actually save a sample from each batch or each
So
testing
every
too. So
time
you,
we pull samples on our product, we pull 150 grams. 50 grams goes in one bag, 50 grams goes in another, 50 goes in another, and we take 100 grams. 50 and 50, those go to the labs. One goes to bios, heavy metals, one goes for mid, and then we keep an extra 50 grams as a retainer sample for 2 years. That way, if there's ever an issue with that lot, we have that
Have our own sample of it.
that
Yeah.
we can actually send back to the lab to retest.
Yeah.
so you're definitely in good hands with
And I
Beaufort
guess there'd be a few reasons
Organics.
for it. Like, say if there was something, you know, I'm not a chemist, but we got this sample from this batch that say maybe we sold a year ago, and somebody was having a problem with it. I don't know. My wife would know more than me. I mean, if something could
And this
grow
is
in it. or
Tony
something,
Kraft
but
Harris over
we go.
here.
This is my wife. Love my life. I wouldn't know what to do without her. The IRS would be locking me up for sure.
Yes,
I'd
I
be in
think I
jail
could
right
even
now if
agree
it
with
wasn't for her.
that.
Yeah, the Federal Reserve would have locked me up. But she keeps the book straight and keeps all the legal side legit. And she does. She's like Beaufort Organics, you know, because we started out Beaufort Kratom, right? But and I just was selling kratom to save my hometown. But her being with her background in the medical field, wanted to sell any kind of herbal medicine we can get, herbal remedy, whatever, besides kratom. So we changed the name to Beaufort Organics for that reason. It's not just kratom anymore. And
Yeah, that makes
that
it-
over there. And so yeah, so it's Beaufort Organics. That's on the back of this, right? Beaufort Organics. Yeah, so we got Beaufort
There you
Organics
go.
on the back and Beaufort Kratom on the front. But we have a website for both, BeaufortKratom.com and BeaufortOrganics.com. But the Beaufort Organic side, that is all her. She built that from scratch.
Well,
and-
the facility
and-
looks amazing.
Yeah.
Every aspect of it. It's just everything's competently done,
With her
very
background, she's the
effectively.
one that oversaw building the whole clean room facility to make sure that it followed the process, the GMP
Right.
process.
It's important that your customers have confidence in your product and your abilities, and also, I believe transparency is also important.
We touched on that a little bit earlier in
It
another
builds
video.
trust. It
Yeah.
builds trust.
Yeah, that seems to be
Well,
the
yeah.
backbone of your company. You
And like I said, the
definitely are
product
big in customer
speaks for
service
itself.
and having that quality product.
Yeah.
Mike, you were earlier, we touched on a question that you didn't quite get the answer because we got turned around to another. You know, when you were talking about when you initially started selling kratom
Yeah.
to save the town, basically.
Right.
Well,
right.
I'd
Oh,
asked
yeah,
you,
go
I'd
off on a
asked you
tangent.
in the beginning how many people were dying.
Oh
from-
yeah, well we had 2 or 3 people we died in the beginning of 2017, but when I went to that opiate epidemic town hall meeting, I asked the coroner how many people died in the last quarter of 2017. 1.
So
And we
there
knew
you
the
have
girl
it.
too. She was actually a customer, and her boyfriend left town for a weekend, and she thought she would try do another hit of heroin for fun and
party while her boyfriend was gone.
yeah, party while her boyfriend was gone, and she
Only,
died.
only takes
Yeah.
one
If
mistake.
it wasn't for her, there would have been 0. So we went 2 to 3 a week in the first quarter of January to our first quarter of 2017 to 0 in the last quarter had it not been for that one. But even then, 2 or 3 a week to 1 in 3 months.
And I know you had even mentioned to me
Amazing.
before that even the dealers throughout there now are customers of yours.
Oh,
So
yeah, well,
you
I
have
walked
literally
into
cleaned up the town.
Well, I walked into a
And-
heroin dealer's house and thought I'd get shot. But
Sure.
but I gave it to him. Say, hey man, give it to him, and he ended up being a customer, and I got his customers too. He only dealt to support his own habit. You
Right.
see?
Which I
mean,
think probably a lot of
he-
people
he-
do.
Yeah, he didn't want it anymore. He had no choice. I mean, he couldn't function without it, and he couldn't afford it, so he had to sell it to afford it.
Well, it
But
seems
yeah,
like
he's a customer and has a real job now, and is enjoying life again.
Well, it seems to me like y'all have miracles coming out of here every day for
We do.
different
It's
stories.
a good
and
feeling.
yeah,
it's a good
it's
feeling.
gotta make you-
It's good
make you
karma,
sleep nice
you
at
know?
night to know you're helping so many people.
Well, there's nothing better you can do for somebody than to help them make their life better.
Yep, and I'm
I
hoping
agree.
that
Or to educate them on something. That's what we're here
at some
for.
point, I'm hoping that we have an herbal supplement for everything that you would need
Yeah,
a
we're close.
prescription for. There are some things that there aren't an herbal supplement for, like insulin and that
Well, can you
sort of
tell them
thing.
about a few? Like
So
maybe reishi or
basically,
lion's mane or
your
anything?
goal is to become more like an herbal pharmacy, which it
Yes.
seems to me you're already there
Exactly.
now.
That's what we want
Well,
to do.
not exactly, not 100% there, but well on
working
our
on
way
it.
there. But yes,
That's
an
fantastic.
herbal pharmacy.
That's the plan.
We do have a couple of holistic doctors in the area,
Yep.
and that have not partnered with us, but we're in the same network.
Well,
And-
they send their patients to us to get
Yes.
certain herbals from us.
right.
So kind of like a prescription, except for they
Right.
don't need
It's
actual
not.
piece
It's
of paper.
not a prescription. We're not doctors.
Yeah,
it's
we're not
a
doctors.
shopping list.
A shopping list.
Have to be very careful on those things
Right,
like
right.
that.
Exactly.
Well, can you tell them things like what would be a reason to take lion's mane?
Lion's mane is great for memory. All mushrooms, we are starting to sell some more mushrooms, but all mushrooms, even shiitake mushrooms that you buy in the grocery store, will decrease the size of tumor growth. And
Wow.
if you eat any kind of mushroom, it's probably a good thing.
So eat your mushrooms.
Yeah, unless it's poison. Don't
Well,
go,
the lions-
don't go foraging out in the wild.
No getting mushrooms
Unless
under
you're
cow
an
poop.
expert.
Did scientists determine that lion's mane promotes neurogenesis, the
Yes.
creation of new brain cells, which we
Yes.
thought was impossible?
Yes, and I take lion's mane almost every day in my coffee. It does promote neurogenesis at any age. The study that decided that you only grow brain cells at a certain age, that study was conducted in rats in an unchanging environment. So, of course, there were no new neural connections made.
Yeah, it's a two-part therapy. 'Cause you take the lion's mane, but you want to do something new, like an
Keep
art class
learning
or
new
something you've never
things,
done,
yes.
and that creates the pathway in the brain. And that's like one of the reasons why we get Alzheimer's is we get to a certain age where everything is routine. We don't have to think about brushing our teeth. We don't have to think about putting our socks on. And when we live a life where we don't have to think about anything during the day, it's like any muscle. It gets
You're right.
weak.
Autopilot.
And yeah, autopilot. When we live our life on autopilot, that's one of the main reasons to get like dementia or Alzheimer's. And,
Another really great reason to buy from Beaufort Organics is they do have a full staff that can answer all these questions for you.
Yeah.
And if you have a question that they can't answer, they will find the answer. With
Mhm,
Tony's
exactly.
background in the
Yeah.
medical
Yeah.
field, she's
How about-
quite capable.
How about reishi mushroom?
Reishi mushroom is reported to be an immunomodulator, which means if your immune system is overactive, it will decrease your overactive immune system, and if it's underactive, it will increase your underactive
That's
immune
good
system.
for like autoimmune disorders, lupus, right?
Yes.
What's another fibromyalgia?
Yeah,
Those type of
yeah,
autoimmune disorders.
all of the autoimmune disorders is good for.
Have
So-
we had some good feedback on that yet?
Yes, we have. We
Yeah?
have had
Okay.
a few.
So we had that one girl, Miss Green,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember her talking about it for her fibromyalgia.
Right.
But we got a lot of other things too.
Yep, we have
what-
cordyceps. We have
cordyceps.
which is a mushroom, and athletes use it for endurance. We have we sell shilajit, which is it's a decomposing plant matter that's found at high altitudes, usually in the Himalayas, but they have found it in the Rocky Mountains as well.
We get ours from Himalaya.
We get ours from the Himalayas.
Well, you guys go to the far stretches of the earth to get the best products.
Yeah, and it is also it's used for chronic fatigue and also helps with memory. And moringa
Moringa's
is
a good
a
one.
really good herbal supplement. It is highly nutritious.
Right.
It helps with stress.
I've seen
A lot
it.
of people, some people, not everybody is the same, but some people will experience hair loss when they take kratom, and moringa is good for your hair and nails, so it will help to
Offsets
prevent
it.
that.
So I don't know if that's
Not
like-
everybody experiences hair loss when
Yes,
they
I
take
don't know if
kratom.
that's the cause of it though. I mean, maybe they're taking it and they're
There-
just getting
there are
older and they're
many-
losing their hair anyway.
or they have a
Because I
high
got a
stress
thick head
life,
and God, I take a bunch.
or they have a high stress, because stress can make your hair
Yeah,
fall
it might
out
be a
too.
stress situation.
So-
Yeah, because the kratom and a lot of these products do help a lot with anxiety as well. It's not just pain and
Oh, yeah,
going through withdrawals.
depression, anxiety.
Yes,
yeah.
a recent study found that kratom does hit your serotonin receptors in your brain, which would help with depression. I'm not a doctor though, so
Yep, not making any medical claims.
no medical
Well,
claims.
just
It was just a
observations.
study that
Yeah.
about the benefits of kratom, and I believe it's
And-
Dr. Christopher McCurdy at the University of Florida, who
Yeah.
received a $2 million grant to study the benefits of kratom.
Right.
Yeah. And we have Clemson doing studies. Right,
Yes.
so I'm looking forward to seeing their results because they're buying our kratom because of the labs we use and the quality of the kratom.
Right. Yeah,
They
we
bought
touched
from
on
other
that a little
people and
bit,
decided
a
ours
little
is
bit
the one
earlier.
that they're going to use.
Well, just from my personal experience
And
with kratom.
that study that they're doing at Clemson is the study of they're studying pregnant rats, the effects of kratom in pregnant rats as an alternative for pregnant women who are
Understood.
addicted. As I
The
say,
pain
for
that-
all,
So you're trying to figure out a
yes.
way to get them off of heavy or narcotic type substances, but
yes.
using kratom,
While they're
kratom and
pregnant.
make sure that
Yes.
it's safe.
Yes.
Well, I
for
bet
the
that's gonna
pregnancy.
have great results because I've known we've had so many pregnant customers that had babies that were just fine, perfect, healthy, and they're now like 2-3 years old and doing great. I mean, smart kids.
Well, it's
you
an
know?
it's an all natural, unadulterated plant the way you do it. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
just eating a part of the
We,
earth.
We sell a bunch of different adaptogens, and ashwagandha, cat's claw, mucuna, maca, and if there is an adaptogen that or plant medicine that you are interested in and we don't have it,
We'll
just
get
let
it.
me know.
Let us know. And
Well, like I
find it.
said, they will go the extra mile,
Gotta have
no
one.
matter
We
what,
we
to
a
take care of
scout
their
that does his
customers.
job. He scouts out. If we gotta check something, I call him up, put him on a plane, and go find it.
So basically, no matter what you're going through, you have absolutely nothing to lose by giving Beaufort Organics a call and just seeing how you might be able to be helped.
Oh yeah. Well,
They have so much experience with this. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of people. They have changed their
Well, if
lives.
you're going to compare it to like a pharmaceutical, well, you got to look who invented the pharmaceutical industry, John D. Rockefeller, right? And it's because he owned Standard Oil. And IG Farben in Germany learned how to make pharmaceuticals from crude oil, and John D. Rockefeller bought them out. And then he paid for all the curriculum at the medical schools you know, or he paid for the medical schools provided they teach his curriculum. And he already owned the media, and that's when the media started demonizing herbal medicine, calling it quack science, when that's what they had all think we had used for millennia.
Yeah, there's
You
just
know?
all this natural healing that's available out there, and the world in general tries to hide it because they don't make their profits on it.
Kind of everything that's going on in
And
the
it-
world right
and it
now,
goes-
you can tell Big Pharma is not your friend.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They don't. You
You
don't
know.
make money in healthy people, and it goes
No.
far beyond just herbal supplements. There are many other things that you can do, like acupuncture, meditation,
Yeah.
yoga. So many other things that
Well,
you
the
can
mind
do.
And the
itself.
thing with kratom, I've experienced, like a lot of times people will go, well, I they just don't have the motivation to even get up in the morning to go do these other things that will benefit them. Sometimes not even to be able to eat. Like
Yeah.
for me, the kratom, it clears my mind.
Mm-hmm.
It actually
Right.
focuses me,
Focus.
and it
Uplifting,
takes
clears
away
your mind,
any.
and it makes you focus.
It gives you
get things
the
done.
mood lift and the
And I've had-
focus, especially the white, our white strain. There are many athletes that use that pre-workout.
Okay.
Right.
It gives them
Had
the
a guy-
energy that they need
and
to
you remember
do the
this.
workout.
I'm sure my wife
Fantastic.
remembers it. We had a guy that come to us, and he was like, "I hope this works," you know. And he was addicted to OxyContin. He's like, "I hope this works. I'm ready to kill myself. I can't go on like this, right?"
We've had many
And
customers like
and
that.
and 2 weeks later, come back, and he's starting his own business
Yes.
because he's done with
It's
it.
not just the
He's done
effects
with
it has
addiction.
on your
He's actually
body.
motivated and doing something with his life.
It
And
restores your happiness, so to speak.
It does. It's
It
awesome.
makes you able to function in regular society again. And
Saved
it's
my
not just
life,
for
did a
people
lot
who've
for
been
you.
on pain medication or opioids or anything like that. I mean, for
Yeah.
people who just have pain, who have a brain fog, who have
Yeah.
many different issues. My wife's never taken opioids before in her life. She has osteoporosis and advanced arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and terrible migraines. Now, the extracts they sell, just a little sip out of one of their extracts, liquid extracts, takes away a migraine like nothing I've
Yeah.
ever seen in my life.
Well, you can't say that.
Oh, you can't?
No, it's a medical claim.
Oh, well, I can't say that.
Is it?
Well, no.
No, that's
it's-
just a
it's-
testimony.
Yeah,
It's
that was
the- it's
my
the-
testimony.
Yeah, it's the slippery slope between testimony and a medical claim. However,
Okay.
the American Kratom Association recently, in one of their recent webinars, said that they would prefer that we not use testimonies on our websites or anything like that. But there are reports. I mean,
Right.
you can
Okay.
test it out for yourself. You are in complete full-blown withdrawal, you take the kratom and your withdrawal goes away. It's not.
It's kinda simple. Yeah.
It's common
Yeah.
sense.
We
So-
should have freedom of speech.
Right. So, so we won't look at that as medical advice. That was just strictly my opinion.
Well,
on
that's
what-
what you had heard from
on-
somebody.
on
It's
what
hears- in court, it would be called hearsay.
Well, it's what my wife has told me. And I know the pain she suffers, and I know kratom has
Yeah.
completely
Oh,
turned
it's-
her life
yeah, it
around.
sure
It's-
has.
she has motivation to do stuff
And
now.
when she was talking about moringa too, I have seen people that come to us, and their skin is all pale. They look like The Walking Dead because they were really overdoing it on heroin or OxyContin or something like that. The one I'm thinking of though is heroin that's fentanyl. And he takes this moringa, and I see him about 3 days later, and his skin color's back. You know, it's those vitamins that we get
very
that
good.
get depleted from our
Because
body.
you actually
by
get
doing
nutrition.
things.
You actually get
Yes.
nutrition from the kratom.
Moringa
Moringa is a
is very
separate product,
nutritious.
but just it pumps in all those nutrients and minerals and vitamins in you, and it just brings your skin color back.
I did
I've
not
seen
realize that.
several
That's
times now
fantastic.
with people that they went from the edge of addiction, and 3 or 4 days later, a week later, they're just like they look normal again.
Yeah,
you know?
there's so much about it that never gets talked about. All the other benefits.
Probably, you know how people that like do methamphetamines and they picked at their skin and
Mhm.
they I mean a person that in their mid 20s in 1 year's time looks like they're 80,
Yes.
right? That would help get rid of that. That would help bring their nutrients back into the body.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot more people out there that still need to be helped.
There are.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There's
And
so
the
many
big
that
problem's
don't,
getting the message out.
even know about kratom because of the disinformation campaign the FDA has waged against kratom vendors.
Yeah.
And two, there
The
are the kitchen vendors that give good reputable vendors a bad name.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody doing it in their
Yeah,
RV
like with a lot of these, with a lot of
mildew
these,
and mold and
with a lot of these
baggy kratom.
products you've mentioned, I'm sure a lot of people have heard of a lot of these mushrooms and this, that, and the other through advertisements. You see that kind of stuff on Facebook all the time. I've tried a lot of this stuff, but not yours. All right, so like a thing of lion's mane is like $50 at Whole Foods in Fort Lauderdale.
Right.
All right, I took that for like a week and a half. I took what you have for 3 days, and the difference is amazing. So quality is a big thing,
Well, that's
and everything
everything.
they have here is
It's
the
everything.
highest quality.
If
Yeah.
Make it
I got
almost
a
every
product
day.
and it don't work, I don't want it.
Yeah, what's the point?
So that, I mean, that's why it's worth the money to, because I'm, granted, what if I had 100 kilos of product and it wasn't no good, right? And I sell that 100 kilos. Well, I mean, that's just, well, one, it'd be bad for business, but
Yes.
that's why we test it. So we know beforehand that we're sending out a
Right.
product that has in it what it's supposed to have in it and
Yeah.
doesn't have in it what it's not supposed to
There's
have.
no second
You
guessing.
see what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and it's worth the money. I mean, it ain't cheap, but
Well,
it's worth the money.
I know for a fact
It
there's
protects
many
us, it protects the customer.
many customers, suppliers, vendors out there that will take old kratom that's been stored in a warehouse, mix it with a little something.
Well, that's why we
and,
fly it
I
in.
recently read an
Shipping
article
container gets hot on
about
ship.
about some vendors to make their kratom stretch further will mix it with other products.
oh, I've heard the same thing. Well, that's another thing people need to be aware of. This is something you're putting in your body a lot of times on a daily basis or when as needed. You want to make sure you're putting the highest quality lab tested product you can get in your body.
One of the reasons why we got a guy over at our farm, right, was in the beginning we were trying to research farms and find a good place to get it. We were getting kratom that would be 50% sweet potato leaf.
Oh, wow.
You see, it makes more kilos, but it's weak.
Right. The
You
sweet
see?
potato is
I
good
think
for you, but it
that's-
ain't going to help that
that's like
much.
when you go to a gas station and you buy kratom at a gas station and it don't work, chances are it's 50% sweet potato leaf, because that's what we experienced when we first got into this,
Right.
trying to find a source. And it just got to the point where give a guy 10 grand, send him over there and go find it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And now he lives here. So
Yeah,
he's
you-
happy about it. He's married to an Indonesian girl. So
Okay, so yeah, so that
he's
worked
never
out good for
coming back.
everybody. So you get everything overseen over there. You know what's going on.
Well,
and-
yeah, he oversaw building the clean room facility.
And yeah, you guys, if I'm not mistaken, you actually paid for a lot of stuff over there to even
all the
increase
stainless-
shipping
we got
from that end.
$10,000 in stainless steel pans that we dry it in.
Well, it
Yes,
sounds to me
it's-
like y'all
I
will
mean,
stop at nothing to make sure
The
everything's
6,
right.
HEPA air circulators.
Yeah.
I mean, all that. It costs money. Yeah.
Of course, of
But it's
course.
worth it.
It
It's
is worth it.
It is because we're trying to make a product. I mean, we can't make medical claims, but I want a product that is pharmaceutical grade.
I
You
agree
see
with
what I'm
you.
saying?
Yeah.
I can't claim that, right? Without the FDA trying to lock me up for just about anything. And but that's the goal, because
Well, it's a business. You do not have to make. You don't have to make
But
excuses
we can't
for
claim
your.
it's a medicine.
Yeah, you don't have to
see?
make excuses for your product's quality. You don't have to make excuses for shipping. You don't have to
Right.
make excuses for anything because you've done everything right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Well-
You wanna go see the walk-in store?
I would love to see the walk-in
Let's go
store,
see
so
it.
we'll head over
Yeah,
there.
just hit pause on
Thank
there.
you, Miss Crab.
See the pause?
You're
Hit
very
pause.
welcome.
She knows so much about everything. She's great to talk to. Feel free to give her a call sometime.
Absolutely.
We'll see you later. She's like, get out of here. We'll see you later.